Hello there, this is Dave Allen for EV20 Questions, and today I'm going to go on a road trip. I've decided I'm going to go towards France because there's an art gallery I want to go and visit, and also I want to give another test to one of those Revio chargers to see how much juice I can get out of them, because last time I tried I was only getting 3.3 kilowatts, and I think if I try one of the new ones maybe I'll get more. I did try one of these new types before, but I didn't make any notes as to how much juice was going in there because I was having a visit around this old town. But this time I'm going to check it and see, and hopefully I want to get more than 3.3 kilowatts. Hopefully it's going to be sort of up in the 7 kilowatts area. So I'm going to go and have a look at this, test it out, and might even go to La Jonquera shopping centre as well, because it's a good place to stop and have a little bit of a rest before I move on, and see if those chargers are working there now, because they weren't working last time I tried. There was some sort of problem with the system. So that's what I'm planning for today, and it's going to have to be a quick sort of run up there, sort of run back down again, and I think it's going to be a good trip because it's a cracking day out, and it's a good day for driving my Nissan Leaf. So here I was, pulled into the shopping centre La Jonquera, and as you can see from the flashing lights on the dash of the car, it looks like it's charging. I left the car and I went off to spend some time in the shopping centre, and while I was in the shopping centre I was delighted to find some cars on display there. These cars are absolutely beautiful. They might not be electric, but they're still beautiful. This one was a 1950s Jaguar, and it was gorgeous. I mean, just look at the shapes and lines on that. Wouldn't it be great to make it electric? And this car is an Auburn from 1934, and that's just amazing, absolutely amazing. Very much Art Nouveau styling on a car, and it's gorgeous. I mean, look at those little bits of glass on the side of the screen there. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Both of these cars are examples of automotive art, and I just love it. So after taking a few pictures, I headed back down to the parking underneath to check how the charging was going, and nothing had got in whatsoever. It was terrible. Well, that was disappointing. I've arrived at La Jonquera. I stood there for half an hour, plugged in. I thought it was charging because I looked at the screen on this here and it looked like it was there was stuff coming in, like it was 3 kilowatts coming in. But the light didn't change from green on the machine, and I got back here and I saw that I got 62% in the battery when I left it, and 62% in the battery when I came back to it half an hour later. So that's disappointing. Now my plan now is to head off towards Ceret, and I'm going to plug into a charger up there. I'll be able to get some charging. It's going to be a slow one, and I just want to test out whether it's going to come in at 3 kilowatts, whether it's going to come in at 7. And then when I've done that, I'll head back and I'll charge up at Figueres, because there's a rapid charger there, and I've got a choice of 3 chargers there, so I've got no problems about getting home. Hopefully I'll be able to get home in time for... I'm going to choir practice today. Going to do a bit of singing. So that's my plan for today. So talk to you again soon. Let's hope I have a bit more luck on the rest of my journey. Well, everything was going swimmingly until this point, and I should have gone straight on at this point here, but I saw on the GPS I should turn right. Thought, why not? Let's give it a go. So I went down this little bit of an alleyway here, and it's kind of going in the right direction, sort of north, south, east and west and so on, but it looks a bit dodgy. So anyway, so it says I should turn right, but I come around here and I get totally stuck. There's no way I can go here towards the left. And I think, well, gee, what am I going to do next? And it's a bit difficult in terms of pulling backwards because of that car that's behind me there. And I can't go forwards, it's far too narrow. There's no way I'd just get around the corner at all. And I'm just thinking, what on earth? So I get out the car and have a bit of a look and think, definitely not going to do that. So I reverse back up, first of all, and I think, well, let's see, what should I do next? Well, the GPS was saying go sort of to the right, so how about going through this little alleyway down here? So that's a very narrow bit there, and I managed to get through it okay. I'll get to this little square, and in this square here I can't see a way out of it. So anyway, this guy comes over to me and ask him which way do I get out, and he says you can't get out, you've got to go back the way you came. So here we go, turn around, and I'm sort of crapping myself here. I'm thinking, well, how am I going to get out of this here? I know I've got in here, but I should be able to get out, but it's bloody narrow. I mean, this bit here is really, really tight. I mean, how I managed to get through without scraping the car and pulling the wing mirrors off and stuff, I really don't know. But I managed it, and I was back on my journey again, and I was able to breathe freely again. I'll tell you what, I was really crapping myself going down those little roads there, and I have learned a lesson. don't mess about following the GPS when, you know, there's other sort of routes in front of you that look more promising. And the noise you can hear in the background is someone playing with a cement mixer. They're doing some work on the Hotel de Ville, which is the town hall sort of thing of the little village. And then a place called Saint-Jean-Plat-de-Court, which I've been at here before charging the car up. And I wanted to come back here again because it's one of the newer types of the Revio chargers. And it's actually sort of given me 7 kilowatts, which is pretty good. The one I went to earlier was at Ceret. It's an older type of charger, and last time I used it only gave me 3.3 kilowatts, so it would have taken twice as long to do any charging. And my little trip to go to the art gallery, the Museum of Modern Art in Ceret, has been a bit of a bust because I got there and the place was closed for renovations and not open until the 2nd of April, so that was a bit of a shame. That's what I came down here for, really, or that's my excuse for coming down here. And basically what I've done is just turned it into a little trip out to do some testing of some chargers here in France. And for my next trick, I'm going to, let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to go towards either Figueres or Girona. Probably Girona, because in Girona I'll be able to stop at a fast charger, rapid charger there, and put in some charge into the battery, and then I'll have enough for going out this evening, because I've got to go out to the choir practice a bit later. I don't know, it's kind of nicer to do the scenic route actually, and if you get on the motorway you're using more juice because you're driving faster. It's probably a bit quicker, but I think I'm just about okay for time if I leave here in the next 10 minutes or so. When I stopped here I got 51% in the battery, now I've got 58% in the battery. That equates to 147 kilometres. So this is Dave Allen doing a bit of a journey, having a bit of a trip in my Nissan Leaf and enjoying a day out on my day off.